of Webz Insider. We just a week ago, we returned from Dublin, where we attended the 2022 FIBEP World Media Intelligence Congress. Such a great event. And with us today is a very special guest, Sophia Karakeva, who is the Vice President of FIBEP and the Chief Communications Officer at Data Scouting. Sophia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Yafit, for this opportunity to be here today with you and have this lovely discussion.
Thank you. And you know, before we jump into media intelligence, I know you have a lot of experience in this field. I'd like to first take a moment to talk about FIBEP, what it is, where it started, where it is today.
Yes, of course. I think that that's a good point to start with. So FIBEP is the world's media intelligence association with over 130 corporate members from over 60 countries from all over the world. And the association was founded in 1953 in Paris, where 18 press clipping companies at that time came together, including Italian Eco della Stampa, French Argus de la Presse, Austrian Observer, and the Belgian Oxypress, to share ideas and tackle common industry problems. Since then, of course, FIBEP has grown and has moved from the mere press clipping industry to become the world's media intelligence association with focus on communications insight and technology. And of course, database tech and cloud tech are now the baseline for every media monitoring company. Tech is both a necessity and a growth stimulant. Necessity because the media landscape is changing exponentially and it's growing exponentially, and a growth stimulant because tech can drill into new cases and new markets. And technology, as we know, has already become a core business function within organizations. Not to mention that according to the ICO World PR report for 2021, I believe, investment in IT and technology is expected to grow in the next 5 years. So we see that there is an incredible opportunity, and that is one of the reasons why technology is one of the 4 basic pillars of FIBEP alongside content, research and standards, copyright and regulations. And to add to all of this is that the major challenge that our industry is facing is the rapid digitalization and technologization of the industry. Technological topics such as speech-to-text conversion, logo detection, text mining, and artificial intelligence are moving more and more into focus and are changing the industry's working methods, processes, and competencies very rapidly.
Sophia, in both your positions at Data Scouting, you know, we're a technology provider, and as Vice President at FIBEP, in charge of the tech portfolio, you see the front row of, where technology and media intelligence meet. It's a fascinating position, I'm sure, and I would love to hear from you. What are the biggest challenges you think the industry and in media intelligence companies are facing today?
So yeah, thank you very much for the question, because my background is actually different. So I jumped into the technology aspect of the media intelligence when I joined Data Scouting, and now as Vice President of FIBEP, I'm in charge, as you mentioned, of the tech portfolio that supervises the Technical Advisory Commission. And the primary objective of this commission, which already has 10 members, I'm very proud about that, is to monitor, explore, and analyze the role of technology in the media intelligence business. And when it comes to the technological challenges that you mentioned, at the FIBEP World Media Intelligence Congress in Dublin, we had an entire session dedicated to future technologies that are affecting our industry. And specifically, Wouter Quartier from the European Broadcasting Union pointed at 4 challenges that I believe perfectly map our industry right now. So it is internationalization, personalization, digitalization, and platformization. Distribution has become so diverse and fragmented that it is really difficult to control it. Consumption has shifted to mobile and diverse platforms. Our members are changing their business model with more personalized and subscription services, while in the meantime, we have new and more media platforms coming to the field that we need to keep a close eye on, like, for example, gaming platforms. We are still not monitoring them, but in the near future, it will become a necessity to monitor gaming platforms like Discord or Twitch.
Absolutely.
Additionally, yes, definitely. And yes, and we even had a very good presentation that made a very good point of brands that are already doing marketing or that are present on these platforms. So this is definitely an industry that we'll need to monitor if we want to keep pace with brands that are being on such platforms. And then additionally, we have the growing importance of interfaces. We already see that Google TV is revolutionizing the TV experience. We talked about connecting cars and the experience within that. And then we have also the immersive digital experience offered like with the metaverse. And these are elements that are affecting technology.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, we have Web 3.0 mirroring the blockchain revolution. And we all see that change is coming, and it is coming fast. Web 3.0 is about decentralizing the web, meaning that data ownership will no longer be confined to centralized institutions, but it will be consumers who will have control over their own and personal data. So on the one hand, this means that brands will have to take steps and leverage new technology to create direct long-term relationships with their consumers and offer value in exchange for data. But on the other hand, does this mean that data marketplaces will soon become obsolete? So this is a question that only time will give us an answer. So we will have to wait and see how everything develops.
Yes, very interesting. A lot to come as well.
Yes.
You've mentioned a lot of different challenges that the media intelligence industry is facing. Where do you think that data collection fits in?
Well, Yassi, it fits into the industry just perfectly because we all know that media intelligence is about data. But in the meantime, media intelligence companies, depending on their size, have different problems. And some of these problems are the same across the industry. And one of these problems is how they will embrace AI and how they can keep up with new technologies. Because we all know that AI is creating efficiencies, but it also creates challenges. And quite often, what the client perceives that AI can do and what it actually does are two different things. So the answer, yes. So the answer to this would be to find a software technology partner, create a solid partnership, and work together towards the media monitoring company's vision. And the second problem is to find the right partner for the provision of data. Because as I said, data is of paramount importance, because with valuable data in hand, media intelligence prepares you with insight into what is happening right now, but it also allows you to see future trends and thus forecast business strategies.
We often discuss the media intelligence ecosystem. I'm wondering, within this context, what would you say is where does web data fit in? Media data, there are many words for this, but essentially data that is provided from the web by web data providers.
So thank you for mentioning the ecosystem, because this is something that FIBEP has been working on, and we are developing the media intelligence business ecosystem tool, showing where industries that are part of the media intelligence sphere fall within. And media intelligence is at the center. Because why? Because media intelligence is the process of collecting, and processing extended amount of data and information that is generated by multiple media channels in order to gain strategic insights into business performance. So data collection technology is very important in order to translate unstructured data into structured machine-ready feeds. And of course, you need to make sure you stay compliant with the full range of regulations. And web data has become multifaceted and its volume continues to grow. And at the same time, technology has advanced and has transformed the process of collection, storage, and analysis of data. And all is this good, but at the bottom line, data needs to be reliable and the collection process needs to be transparent. Because we know that content has exploded, but we need to provide our end clients only data they need. It can be raw data, but at the same time not, which in that case, you need to enrich those data with coding. Because in the end, you can have lots of data, but poor insights. So you need to have a provider or a tool that will give you the intelligence you need and expect. So having companies like Webz, and thank you for having me again, and Webz attended the FIBEP World Media Intelligence Congress is very important because FIBEP members' priority, as I already said, is to provide their clients only data they need. So having the right partner that can ensure that it is really paramount. And therefore, FIBEP members can benefit from companies like Webz, but Webz can also benefit from partnerships and alliances with technology providers that are members of FIBEP, like, for example, Data Scouting, which provides AI and media intelligence platforms. So there is surely a ground to make something good, to cooperate with, provide the data that we need, and create good business.
Absolutely. We really enjoyed taking part at FIBEP last week. And we see a lot of value in it. So that's exciting to hear from someone like you right at the center about everything that is happening and everything that is going to happen in the future. So thank you so much for taking part in this with us, for joining us at on our Webz Insider, and see you next year at FIBEP.
Thank you very much for having me, and definitely. And there is no reason why to wait until the next FIBEP Congress. We have so many other events, and we would be more than happy to see Webz taking part and learning more about how we can work together.
Sounds great. So we're going to link some of the information for the upcoming FIBEP event as well. And I'll speak to you soon, Sophia. Thank you.
Thank you, Yassi. Thank you.